Welcome into the Better and Green podcast. We've got a great show for you today. We're going to give you guys the tools to make some money this weekend, and Ethan is dying to take this fiery hot sauce shot that we bet on last week. So I'm not going to make him wait too long. Last week we had a great big three. We all went 2-1. The squad ride and prop parlay didn't hit. They were close, but you know, it's in betting, it's not horseshoes. So we have to move on from that, move straight into Ethan taking this shot.
Yeah, who ruined that prop parlay for us? Come on.
Back-to-back weeks. That's somebody down there. Such an asshole.
So I'm not a prop better, guys.
No. Not.
Yeah, so I lost. I had Tampa plus 3.5 last week. Looked fantastic in the first half. 5 second-half turnovers, 4 of which inside your own 35-yard line, 40, whatever it was. Brutal. So I got this hot sauce chili habanero. El Yucateco. Pretty common, but never taken a shot. So, well, a shot of hot sauce, I should say. I'll try to fill her up here. It's kind of
You filling that whole thing up?
Oh,
well, I don't know.
You filling that whole thing up. You're gonna go to the bathroom in about 10 minutes.
It's pretty hefty, and I'm going to. That game hurt me, guys, so I'm going to add just a little dab of the hot ones.
You're an idiot.
Well.
Ethan, no.
You're an idiot.
So, just a dab here.
That's what you get for fading the Bengals. I told you not to, and you were insistent.
That was more than a dab, boys.
Oh, no.
That ain't as thick as the last stuff. All right, well, we ready?
We're ready.
Cheers, Ethan.
Pretty fair there.
I'd say so.
All right, guys. Cheers.
Cheers.
Damn you, Tom. Oh, God.
How was it?
Oh, my God. That shit's good on tacos.
I don't know how you got a whole shot of that.
I probably won't be eating that for a couple weeks.
Dude, you're crying.
Yeah.
I'm sweating. That's hilarious. You're such an idiot.
Fairly hot.
Oh, he's going back for more.
I
mean, yeah, I've had worse. The last dab is kind of no joke. That shit's pretty warm. Yeah.
You'll feel it in about 10 minutes. You'll feel it more than you are right now. So
I'll probably be rolling in this chair with a stomach ache midway through the show. All I've eaten today is 24 pizza rolls and that. So
that's very good. You're very intelligent for that.
Yeah. Oh. Well, now I have the slow burn throughout the show, so it's actually getting hotter.
That's what you get for betting the Bucks. So honestly, good job, Ben. I told everyone that Ben was winning that. I mean,
you did.
Everyone.
Hey, I stick by it.
That was the biggest collapse. One of the biggest collapses.
That was crazy.
Second half, I've never seen a team play worse in my life.
No.
I mean, 5 second half turnovers, and you still only fail to cover by a score. I think it was the right side. But.
There he goes. Well, who's taking the hot sauce shot and who isn't? So,
Ethan, you're a man of your word, man. First big challenge.
I respect that.
Yep.
I respect it.
Whew. All right. Well, let's get into football.
Yep.
Hey, it's like 15 degrees here, so that really just heated everything up. I do that every morning.
Yeah, there you go. Let's get into the Thursday night game. The Jaguars head out to New York to face the Jets. Jets are 1-point underdogs. Over under set at 37.5. Zach, let's let Ethan burn for a little bit, and I'll let you start.
Yeah, I'm gonna go quick here because I want him to go. So this game's kind of hard for me to read. I'm not sure how to side on this one. Zach Wilson, I still don't think he's good. He bad turnovers again last week. 50% completion percentage against the Lions defense is not good at all. Trevor Lawrence has officially arrived, by the way. That was a great game he put on. Jags are my big three. I loved it. He's got weapons around him. The Jets are very one-dimensional, 53 rushing yards last week. I would lean Jags in the over, but I don't think I'll be taking anything in this game, to be honest. It's kind of a tough read for me.
Yeah, tough game. We're talking about hot. This game is not. Although it is better than what we probably thought it was going to be at the beginning of the season.
For sure.
At least these teams are, they're both still fighting for a playoff spot, which if you would have told me that at the beginning of the year, I would have said you were crazy. So good for them, I guess. I also probably won't be betting it. Don't really know what to make of it. My lean is New York, believe it or not. Really the only reason is they're at home. They have a better defense, and it's a short week. And Trevor Lawrence, obviously he's not a rookie. He's been around for a year. But he is still young. He is finally starting to look like a competent NFL quarterback, but still a young quarterback on a short week, which I oftentimes try to fade. And then it's Jacksonville's offense. They're third in yards per play last 3 games. Jets defense is third in yards per play against last 3 games. So it's the strengths going against each other. I just think better defense at home, short week. Give me the Jets plus the point or minus the point, whatever they're sitting at. And then I actually kind of lean over 38 in this game. We saw the Jets put up 17 against Detroit. Detroit's defense has actually been clamping down lately. They're only giving up 19.9 points, I believe, over the last 7 games. So actually a competent defense lately. The Jags have been putting up points in bunches. So I think it squeaks over the total, maybe like a 21-20 type of game. Lean for the Jets to win, but can't say that with much confidence.
This game, Vegas didn't do us any favors, leaving it at +1 for the Jets. This is really just a stay away game. That's our take on this. Over under, I'd stay away from it too. Ethan, I get what you're saying with the over. Trevor Lawrence has been killing it, but he's going up against this Jets defense that's been shutting everybody down. If you have a Jaguars receiver this week in fantasy, rest in peace. Well, besides that, I lean the Jags just barely because they're about to knock these Titans off. And after these last couple weeks, there's nothing that we could hope for more.
I would love the Jags to get in the playoffs over the Titans. They're way more fun to watch. Way more fun.
Way more.
Zach, Ethan,
Ethan, hold on, Ethan. Do you need a tissue? Because you're getting a little hot over there.
Rudolph, baby. I'm in the Christmas spirit.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Zach, just to give the viewers some actionable advice, do you have any, I know you're kind of a Garrett Wilson guy. You have any prop bets that you've looked at in this game that you kind of like, or?
Yeah, I would probably lean a Wilson prop. As Ben said, I would stay away from all Jags receivers. Whoever Sauce Gardner's on, I think he literally got 0 targets yesterday. Jared Goff did not throw last week. He did not throw him one time.
So maybe the under on them.
They're going to be moving him around. I like Garrett Wilson again. When he catches the ball, it's like over 20 yards he's getting, and it's always like 60 yards receiving his line. So I would take Garrett Wilson in this game probably. And no running back for the Jets, that's for sure.
Ethan's Lions head out to play the Panthers. Panthers are 3-point home dogs. Over under sit at 43.5. Guys, we faded the Lions last week. That was a mistake. We need to hop right back on the Lions bandwagon, and I'm taking them. I'm taking them with even a little bit of confidence. Like you said, Ethan, that their defense is getting better. That offense looks great. What? I'm going to let you take it over. You're the Lions guy.
Yeah, well, I let my boys down, faded them, put them in my big 3, but maybe, my big 3 has not been great as
that's
we all
why
know.
They won.
So yeah, So I think, thanks, Zach. I think Carolina makes my big 3 this week. Chicago will probably be my big 3 next week. Green Bay a couple weeks from now. So I'll probably just keep fading Detroit and hope that I can push them right to the playoffs there. But no, big win for Detroit. It was great. I was rooting for the Lions more than my bet, so I was okay with Lions winning, my bet losing. I am, though. I'm not going to get involved on the side in this game, but I do lean Carolina again.
Really?
Yeah, I think kind of same thing. Better defense at home, getting 3 points. I won't be betting it. Wouldn't be shocked if it lands right on 3 with Detroit winning, or if Detroit wins by a point or 2. My stomach and esophagus are not doing too well right now, by the way.
I can tell.
Acid reflux. But This is also Carolina's last home game, and they're fighting every bit as hard as Detroit is right now to make a playoff spot. They're well alive to win that division. So I don't know. It's kind of a tough spot for Detroit. Another thing I hate is sharps are on Carolina. That's what I'm trying to say here.
Gotcha.
So that worries me. But the bet I do like in this game that I probably will end up on is the under 43.5. It's kind of, we've touched on this a lot in the past, but Lions offensively not nearly as good on the road. Goff especially. Carolina's definitely not an offensive juggernaut. Both teams have decent defenses as of late, so I think under 43.5 probably gets there. I could see another 20-17 game like last week for Detroit. So yeah, under. I would lean Carolina +3, but won't bet it. Go Lions.
Yep, I'm on them. Go Lions as well. I also like the under too, a good amount actually in this game. The Panthers last week could not run the ball, and when they can't do that, they don't look like an NFL team. They're running the ball, and that's it. To be honest, I think the Cinderella story continues with the Lions here. Lions, as I said, with the run defense with Carolina's offense, Lions the last 3 weeks have the best run defense in the league, 55 yards a game. If they do that again, they're going to kill this team. To be honest, I think Lions can try and control the tempo here. They've covered in 6 straight, so that does kind of scare me that they're going to not do it at some point. But I like the Lions to win here, and I lean the under as well.
The Seahawks head out to Kansas City to face the Chiefs. Chiefs are 9.5-point favorites. Over under sit at 48 points. As the resident Chiefs guy here, I took it in the last 2 weeks with big point spreads. Last week I was saying with Dallas and with Kansas City, I thought the way that they had played the previous game, that is going to kind of knock them out of their slump. They're going to have to try harder. It clearly didn't. And so I can't take the Chiefs. I'm taking the Seahawks pretty confidently. It's going to be very cold, and there's a very good chance that there's going to be snow for this game. I mean, we're talking negative real feel out there. So I'm going with the under in this game, even though it's the Chiefs. DK Metcalf, the Chiefs defensive backs, they have such a hard time against these really big, strong receivers. So I'm taking Seattle +9.5. Zach, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm on the same thing. I'm not sure when people are going to realize that the Chiefs just don't blow anybody out. It doesn't matter who they're like. They play down to their opponent every time. I mean, only beat the Texans by 6 in overtime.
Sad.
Seahawks are on a downward spiral, but I do think they cover here as well. The weather is concerning me about the total because I do like the over a lot if the weather's not playing a big part in it, because I think both defenses are pretty bad and both offenses are decent. Seahawks do allow the second most points per game on the road. I think the Chiefs score 30 plus, depending on the weather. If it's windy as hell, I'm not betting this over under.
It's going to be pretty windy.
So yeah, then stay away from the over, I guess. So yeah, I guess my lean here with the Seahawks, but I won't be taking anything in this game either.
Wow, boys. I got the acid reflux going bad.
We're only 3 games in, man.
Yeah, you got a long way to go.
It's like mini hiccups going on in my chest. All right. I'm a little nervous. I like Seattle as well. I don't know if I want to squad ride this, but we'll keep it on the radar. It's a tough squad ride. But I like Seattle as well. Kind of a weird spot, though, for Seattle. They had 2 home games, quick road game to Kansas City, not cross country, but halfway cross country, and then back for 2 home games in Seattle. So their only road game in their last 5 games of the year. But they need to win it. I mean, they're fighting for the playoff spot in the NFC with Detroit, New York Giants, and Washington mostly. I mean, Kansas City doesn't have a ton to play for. They do have 2 divisional games to wrap up their season, but they're not going to be looking ahead. They don't necessarily need to win those games. I guess they do to get the 1 seed, but yeah, I lean Seattle. They have the rest advantage after coming off the Thursday night game. Don't know if I'll play this game either way. I do lean the over as well, but the weather I won't be betting that. I mean, it's all going to overs all over the country are going to depend on weather this week, over unders. So
same.
Yeah, a lot of time left.
A quick fantasy tip too, with the weather and with the wind, if you're looking for a kicker, with these being the super important matchups in your fantasy playoffs, look for the kickers that are in domes this week.
Yep.
Don't be trying to play any outdoor kickers.
Let me just pass that along to the guy I'm playing in the championship. Ben said outdoor kickers for this week. Play Butker.
Perfect. Yeah, he did really good last week.
Yeah.
The Bills head out to Chicago to face the Bears. Bears are 9-point home dogs. Over under set at 41. Ethan, the Bills have been on a tear, but the Bears, Fields looks banged up. What do you think?
Yeah, I was on the Bears last week, +9 against Philly. Got there. They didn't do as well as I thought. They kind of backdoor covered that one, but played them pretty tight. I do like Chicago again this week, +9. The total is so low, so Vegas is basically saying if Buffalo is going to cover, the Bears aren't probably going to score much at all. But, yeah, I think the Bears can get in the end zone once or twice, keep this thing close. Chicago has 2 divisional games on deck, so they might want to try to play spoiler for Detroit. And I believe Green Bay is their other one. Might be Minnesota, but they might want to try to play spoiler. But Buffalo, they have Cincinnati next week at Cincinnati, so I think they're going to be more focused on going in, taking care of business there, getting a big win against a big AFC opponent, and then they have New England after Cincinnati. So they don't give a damn about Chicago, quite frankly, an NFC opponent on their schedule. So, yeah, I think Chicago at home +9, way too many points. Plus, it's going to be cold, windy, snowy, which obviously Buffalo's used to as well. But the weather shouldn't give an advantage either way here. And then Buffalo, they're also off 3 straight divisional games. And then the game before that was Thanksgiving. So they've just kind of had a gauntlet of games they've wanted to win now for the past month or so. So, again, I just think they don't give a damn about Chicago this week. And then last 3 yards per play for these teams, Chicago's actually 7th in the league, and Buffalo's 19th. So Chicago's actually had the better offense in the last 3 weeks. However, yards per play against, Chicago's dead last at 32nd, and Buffalo's 15th. But Buffalo being 15th, you know, they're not top 10 either offense or defense last 3 weeks. So I think Chicago can keep up with them, score some points. I look for this thing to probably go over the total, even if the weather's awful. A lot of running, but Josh Allen and Justin Fields can both get yards with their feet. So, yeah, I think Chicago keeps it tight. This game goes over, and I look for maybe like a 24-17 game.
Yeah, this is definitely a look-ahead spot for the Bills. They don't give a damn about this game, to be honest. Just for I think the winner of next week gets the 1 seed between the Bengals and the Bills, to be honest, since they both beat the Chiefs. So this is kind of reminding me of the Bears-Eagles last week. The Eagles had a big look-ahead spot. I like the Bears to cover here, and my favorite play in this game is the over, big-time over for me in this game. I looked at the weather, doing my own little weather report here. It's going to be cold, but it's supposed to be sunny. Wind isn't too much of a factor, it looks like. And if we saw anything with Josh Allen, cold doesn't affect that guy at all. I mean, it was literally snowing, and they're just running for 50 yards. So, as you talked about with the yards per play, the Bears' offense is pretty good. Like, I think they could score 20 in this game, and I think Bills definitely score over 20 against that terrible Bears defense. I mean, the Bears cannot defend a running quarterback. What we saw with Hurts, he had 3 touchdowns himself. A.J. Brown had a field day last week. I think Diggs is the same thing. I really like this over 41 a lot. Justin Fields, Josh Allen running all over the place, so give me that.
Yeah, I like the over too. And we've seen these huge spreads aren't hitting this year. So we're going with the Bears. We're all going around to Chicago.
Yep. Bears can't throw the ball, so they would probably rather play every single game in bad weather this season.
Oh, for sure.
They probably love it.
Sure.
Well, that first week when they beat San Francisco.
Yeah.
That's what we want to do.
The Cincinnati Bengals head to New England to face the Patriots. Patriots are 3.5-point home dogs. Over under set at 41.5. Zach?
Yeah, as I said last week, fading the Bengals is stupid. Ethan, as I continue to say, don't fade the Bengals anymore. Just don't do it. That defense is ridiculous. I'm not betting them because they're just so on fire. They're 11-1 against the spread in their last 12. So if you've been betting them every week, you're making a lot of money. I'm going to pitch the under here instead, though. The Bengals defense, as I just talked about, is really good. Pat's offense is just not they're just not good. That last play was all I need to see for their season. They're just so stupid. Matt Patricia being the offensive coordinator makes absolutely no sense to me. And New England is the third best defense at home, allowing 16.7 points per game. They rely heavily on the run game, and Bengals are top 10 against the run. So I think that contradicts each other a lot. Bengals win, but total goes under 41.5 here.
Yeah, so I actually like New England again quite a bit in this game.
I
Gonna
can't
fade Cincy again. Might like to do it in the first half though, because Cincy does have the best second half defense in the league. I think we touched on that a few weeks ago when I got burned on Tennessee against them. Yeah, I do like New England again. I think this is kind of a strategy I'm going to be using for a couple games this week, but no one's going to want to touch New England after what they saw out of them on that final play. Everyone's going to want to be on Cincinnati for the second half that we got out of them last week. So I just think the value probably lies with New England. Why is it only 3.5 points? Kind of a weird line there. Since he's also getting 83% of the bet, and I think that has dropped to +3 as well. So we got some reverse line movement. Cincy in the look-ahead spot with Buffalo on deck. They're going to want that game, and then they have Baltimore, which could very much come down to that game could decide the division winner there. So they do want this win for sure. They want to stay ahead of Baltimore in the division race, but they're going to want Baltimore and Buffalo much more than this one. And then typically, I think those heartbreaking losses sometimes can hurt teams. You almost lose the next week too because of it. You're just dwelling on it. But I trust Belichick to get his team back right, get them prepared for this game. And then lastly, yards per play against last 3 games. New England's 4th in the league. Cincinnati's 22nd. And New England's top 9 in all major defensive categories. So I look for this one to stay under the total as well. I like that quite a bit, and I think New England can cover the 3.
I like the Bengals a lot this week. And it makes me like them even more. Yeah, I know. It makes me like them even more that the lines move the other way. I like the over in this game. The Bengals receivers catch long touchdowns on the end zone. The Patriots receivers throw touchdowns to defensive linemen on the other team to win games. So if it comes down between them, I'm going with Jamar.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I'll run back a bet with you, Ben, if you want.
Are you serious?
Same thing.
Can I just advise you not to do that? You're kidding.
If you want it.
Oh my God.
Bengals, Patriots. 3.
You can
at the 3 or at the 3.5?
Either one. You can think on it.
Okay. Yeah, let me think on it. I'll get back to you.
Okay.
Maybe there'll be one that we disagree with even more.
Right.
Okay. The New York Giants head out to Minnesota to face the Vikings. Vikings are 3.5 point favorites. Over under set at 48.5, one of the highest point totals on the slate. Ethan, I think the way I'm leaning is both of these teams are definitely slumping right now. Giants, I think more so. They're just so banged up. But Vikings just almost lost to the Colts 33-0. This whole week just had insane games. Which way are you leaning for this one?
Yeah, so similar situation as I just spoke on. Who the hell is going to want to go against Minnesota after what they just saw in the second half last week, which makes me really like New York. And I think a lot of people saw on Sunday Night Football, maybe they don't think New York deserved that win, or at least not in regulation. So, yeah, I like New York plus the 3.5. I think it actually got up to 4 now. I don't know if I'll bet it. Like, I don't love it, but that would be my lean. New York has a lot more to play for. Minnesota's in limbo. They locked up the NFC North with that comeback win. Likely not going to get the 1 seed, so not a ton to play for. And they still have 2 divisional games left, so I think they're probably more focused on wrecking the division than worrying about New York this week. They have the Packers actually on deck, so I think the Packers, if they're still alive, Minnesota would love to end their playoff hopes. So yeah, lean New York. I think this game stays under as well because I think there's some added value to the under based on, once again, Minnesota's 39-point second half last week and giving up 33 points. But obviously that game was weird. I mean, there was the blocked punt return, the pick 6, failed 4th down that gave Indy the ball in their own territory. So I mean, it was high scoring, but there were some asterisks to it. So I like the under. Don't see this one getting up even close to 48. And I like the Giants plus the points.
Yeah, these are two teams that I don't even want to touch either side in this game. I mean, this line makes sense to me because the Vikings point differential is +2 for an 11-win team, which is just disgusting. That comeback was crazy. Great for me in fantasy. I had Kirk Cousins and Justin Jefferson, so that was very nice. It's hard for me to bet a Vikings game considering how inconsistent they are. I mean, one half they're down 33, one half they score 39. So I would lean Giants with the points here just because the line's short, so it's a little fishy to me, and the under. But I will not be betting anything in this game. This game, I have no idea, to be honest.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of that Jaguars game.
Yeah, same.
Just almost unbettable.
Yeah, I have
two most fraudulent teams this year.
Yeah, exactly. I'd probably agree with that.
Yeah, yeah. The most unwatchable game of the week. The Texans head out to Tennessee to face the Titans. Titans are 5-point favorites at home. Over/under sit at 36.5. These teams are both. We're not fans of them here at the Better and Green podcast. Zach, I see you're shaking your head. I know how much you hate the Texans and the way you were on the Titans last week, man. Go ahead. Go in on them.
Yeah, I mean, you got me fucked up thinking I'm playing the Titans in this game. Why are they -5 against one of the worst NFL teams I've ever seen? I would actually lean the Texans +5 here. I mean, this is my just nightmare of a game with these two teams. Probably my least two favorite teams in the league currently in terms of betting. Tannehill's injured again, came back, but he's not even close to 100%. So, I mean, -5 for the Texans should be double-digit underdogs every single week, especially on the road. I mean, if it's +5, they're at home. I understand it a little more, but they're on the road here. I think Henry has a field day, so you could take any prop you want of him, anytime, rushing yards. He's actually been in the passing game recently too, so you can do something with that. I lean the over, but won't be taking. My favorite bet's Texans +5 though, which is just disgusting. So,
yeah, I like. I probably lean Houston too. Their last 3 games are their 3 divisional opponents, so I think they're just on like a wrecking course right now. They just want to kind of ruin everybody.
Wrecking course. They're driving a fucking Toyota Camry on a wrecking course.
These are the games they're going to care about. They want to get Tennessee. They want to knock them out of that top spot in the division. They're going to want to get Jacksonville. So, yeah, I guess I lean Houston. I like the under in this game. Divisional. Just don't see a ton of points being scored. And like Zach said, you can just hammer Henry with anything, attempts, yards, touchdown, whatever, you name it. And then I just have one more thing just to send Zach off the deep end here. Do you guys know Tennessee's record against the spread this year? 8-5-1. So we literally just jumped on them they were like, what, 8-3 when we jumped on them. And
whatever, dude.
Yeah. When I saw that, I was like, there is no way.
I've never wanted a team to lose. Actually, no. I'll say this. If the Dolphins get the 5 seed, I want the Titans to win the division. If they don't, I hope the Jags make it for fun. Because this team is just so poverty, man. Everything about it. I mean, they are fairly injured. I like Vrabel, like Henry's. Hannibal's a former Finn, so I respect him, but this team's just so bad.
It's disgusting that we're taking the Texans at just +5.
Yeah, that should never be a thing. On the road.
No.
That should never be a thing.
You know what?
I mean,
Titans were I like Tennessee.
Oh, God.
I'm switching it. I like Tennessee.
Dude, the Titans were -4 against the Jags 2 weeks ago. Now you're telling me they're -5 against the Texans? Come on.
I think Henry covers by himself.
There is a chance.
I do think Henry has a field day. I think he has a field day. Okay, bet him then. Bet the Titans -5.
Nah, I can't get hurt.
That's totally fair.
It's like throwing a knife up and catching it.
Yeah,
self-inflicted wound.
This game is probably the worst game for me to watch for my sanity. Both these teams whatever.
I don't even know if they'll show this game in Tennessee.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
The New Orleans Saints head out to Cleveland to face the Browns. Browns are 2.5-point favorites. Over/under sit at 31.5. Super, super low point total. Ethan, it's so low, but it makes sense too.
I have to go under.
You have to.
This is lower than the Army-Navy total. in college
Yeah.
football. I mean, that is insane. I've never seen an NFL total this low. I don't know if they're expecting like a flood to go through there, or I don't know. But let's be honest, Cleveland doesn't put up points. New Orleans doesn't put up points, and they both have pretty good defenses, at least front sevens. So, yeah, I won't be betting under 32, 31 and a half, whatever it's at. But I do lean that way. And I think I lean Cleveland as well. We've kind of just been saying each week, Sean's getting just more comfortable, a little bit better and better. And I think Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt can just kind of control the tempo and pace of this game. It's going to be cold. I think I saw like negative 18 wind chill in Cleveland for game time. Like, I think it's the coldest game day temp of the week. So I hope Chubb has a day. He's on my fantasy team, and he's kind of been hit or miss as of late. So I hope he bounces back with a big day. And then last thing, New Orleans is only 1-5 on the road this year. Cleveland's 4-3 at home. So lean Cleveland, lean under. Probably won't get there for either.
Yeah, this NFL total is crazy. I mean, this is like Iowa versus Wisconsin playing college football. This is just so weird for an NFL game with professional athletes playing. I'd naturally lean under here as well. I mean, total's this low for a reason, but I love the Browns this week. I love the Browns. I'll fade Andy Dalton in normal weather. Never mind if it's this cold out and it's windy and snowy. The Browns defense is actually playing unbelievable. They look good against the Bengals and dominated the Ravens. I mean, the Ravens could not do a thing. And Saints defense got gashed in the run last week for 231 yards. So I think Browns try to control the clock with Chubb and Hunt. Chubb did not practice yesterday. I'm not sure if he did today, but I think he still plays. I'll fade Andy Dalton on the road in this weather all day. So give me the Browns.
Yeah, I love Cleveland too. I love Cleveland this week.
Potential.
I could get on there.
Definitely.
Sure.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice.
I would like that more than the Panthers last week. So
yeah.
Awesome. Cool. All right. We will keep that noted.
Yep. Okay. That's a good one. Okay. The Atlanta Falcons head to Baltimore to face the Ravens. Ravens are 7.5-point favorites at home. Over under set at 37.5. The Ravens offense has not been killing teams, but they are 7.5-point favorites. I know that the rookie quarterback for the Falcons did not look great last week, but Ritter, 7.5 is a really, really high number. Zach, are you swallowing the points?
I would if I knew Lamar was playing. If Lamar was playing, I absolutely love the Ravens here because I'm not sure the Falcons are going to score. But if he doesn't play, I'm not sure what the line would do if he doesn't play because Huntley is not good, to be honest. Like their offense is just there's people talking about how he's fine over Lamar. He's not even close to Lamar Jackson at all. The line tells me they think Lamar is going to play, but he did not practice today again. But it's hard for me to have a read in this game. I definitely like the under if he doesn't play. 37.5. It probably goes down because Ritter, I don't think he scores on the road against the Ravens here. Probably going to be pretty cold out. If Lamar plays, I love the 7.5, but if he doesn't, it's hard for me to say right now because I don't know what he's going to do. So,
yeah, I kind of I have no idea what to do with this. Best way I could look at it is one of those 6-point teasers. Just get Baltimore down -1.5. If I didn't do that though, I'd actually probably lean Atlanta just because Baltimore hasn't been putting up points. Atlanta would need like 10 points probably to cover the 7.5. Baltimore's off 2 straight divisional games. They have 2 straight divisional games on deck. So this is kind of their one-off NFC opponent game. However, they just still need this pretty bad. They're hoping New England can catch Cincy this week, and if they can win, they'll be tied in the division again. So Baltimore needs every win they can get. I definitely think Baltimore wins the game. I just don't know if they can do it by margin. And they're still alive for their division as well. But kind of like I said last week, it's just weird. Like, I just don't understand why they would start Desmond Ritter knowing that they're still alive for a playoff spot.
Because I don't think I think they just know that they just get destroyed in the first round.
Yeah,
so
I mean, they would, but I don't know. It's interesting. So
yeah,
I can't confidently give you a play in this game whatsoever.
I see it exactly like you do, Ethan. I would take the Falcons, and the Ravens probably win, but it's a 17-13 game. They're just going to lean on their defense.
Right.
They're not even going to have to put up points like crazy.
Right.
The Washington Commanders head out to San Francisco to face the 49ers. 49ers are 7-point favorites. Over-under set at 38.5. 49ers have been killing everybody this year. Ethan, I think I'm swallowing the points, the 7. What about you?
I think this is my first week I can get on Zach's good side, and I think I'm going to ride Washington plus the 7. Rest advantage favors San Francisco after the Thursday night game. Washington had the weird finish on the Sunday night game. And one thing that is a little bit concerning to me, I don't know if you guys heard, but Ron Rivera was kind of questioning Heineke, saying that he'll get the start this week, but if he doesn't look good, they might go back to Carson Wentz, which is an asinine thought to me. The guy's, 6-1-1 or maybe 6-2-1 against the spread now. And Carson Wentz, he can't cover spreads. He can't even win football games. So I don't know what they're doing there. It kind of makes it tough. I think that starts a fire under his ass and gets him going. But it also could make him crumble. So it's kind of tough to read that quote there. Washington travels across the country as well for this game, so not great for them. But statistically, I mean, they both have top 10 defenses. Offensively, they're actually not that far apart when it comes to yards, pass yards, rush yards, and total yards. So I think Washington, they have way more to play for right now. I think they keep it tight. The total's only 39, so to cover 7, they're not going to have to put up, as many points as, Vegas is suggesting a low-scoring game here. So I lean Washington plus the 7, and I would lean under the 39. Just don't see the urgency for San Fran, and no offensive firepower for Washington. And then lastly, San Fran, last I checked, was getting 75% of the bets. So not huge, but makes me point towards Washington more.
Yeah, tough for me to get a read in this game too. Heineke, my guy, lost, even though that ref thing with McLaurin was bullshit, and then there was a blatant PI in the end zone on the last play of the game. I mean, I don't know how you missed that.
That was terrible.
And that Ron Rivera comment was ridiculous. I'm not sure if he did that on purpose to light a fire to Heineke, but if you didn't, that's one of the dumbest things that you could say, because now he's going in there with already in the back of his head, and Carson Wentz sucks. So keep my boy out there, please. I can't get a read in this game. I'm surprised it's only -7, to be honest, for how good San Fran looks, especially at home. So I would probably lean Commanders here, and definitely the under, because I think both defenses are pretty good. I think Commanders have a tough time moving the ball against this, one of the best teams that I've ever seen. So lean Commanders with the under here, but probably won't be taking anything.
Zach, I would say I feel bad for you for the Washington loss last week, but I think you had enough luck on your side there. So
with my big 3.
Yeah.
I mean, if you took a parlay of the Jaguars when they were at their lowest point in the game, when they were down, the Vikings, the Raiders on whenever they were losing, probably the last drive of the game, you probably would have been a millionaire.
Yeah,
I did get, but no, I was never worried about the Vikings. Come on, 33-0 half.
Well, I was worried about the Colts +4. I'll tell you that much.
That's great.
All right, Ethan, did you want to introduce this next game? You've been teasing it on Twitter for forever, man.
Dude, I have, yeah. I mean, we got what was going to be the game of the year, Philly at Dallas. But the Jalen Hurts news kind of just blows the entire game up. I loved it. I love Dallas. I've had this game circled for like more than 2 months, I think, at this point, just waiting to hammer home Dallas, and now I really don't know what to do with it. Luckily, I did get 1 unit down on Dallas, -110 money line, like Friday or Saturday before the injury, before their games this past week. So I do have some action on Dallas. But yeah, I mean, it's tough. I guess Jalen Hurts isn't officially ruled out yet. If he plays, I still love Dallas. I'll hammer him. I'll probably put 3 to 4 more units on Dallas. But yeah, I guess at this point I'd lean Philly with the points, I think, honestly.
Yeah, I was the same way as Ethan. I wanted to nuke the Cowboys this week when they had. I just thought it was a really good spot for them at home. Lines moved, I think, 3.5 points now or so with Minshew. With Hurts, I love the Cowboys. With him in question, I still like the Cowboys regardless. I think they still win this game. I think the Cowboys have been preparing for this game for a while now, to be honest. I mean, that's why I liked the Jags last week, because I thought they were going to destroy the Eagles this week. Not destroy, but I don't see the Cowboys at home, especially if Minshew plays. That's just a tough spot for him. It's going to be crazy in Jerry World on Saturday. I like the under here also if Hurts does not play, just because I think Dak's been kind of meh. He did pretty good last week, but just I don't know. I do like the Cowboys to win though in this game.
This, especially if Jalen Hurts doesn't play, this game just makes me nervous. The Eagles have looked good, and that Eagles defense is what makes me so nervous. You saw Dak throw that game-losing pick six, and that's just so stuck in my head that the Cowboys defense is good, and if you take out Jalen Hurts, that's going to really throw a wrench into things, because that Eagles offensive line is really good.
Yeah.
And they have some awesome weapons, but I think we're just going to have to do another round of Cowboys.
Minshew magic.
Oh, Minshew magic.
I love Minshew, though.
No, yeah, he's awesome. He's great.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. This is also Dallas's last game, so Jerry World's going to be just going insane. Last home game.
Probably last home game of the year, because they're probably not going to have a home playoff game.
So. Right.
Yeah.
And also, obviously, a revenge spot for Dallas.
Because they had Cooper Rush back in week 4 or 5 when they played this team. They got destroyed. So I love the Cowboys with Hurts, man. That -1. It's all good.
Philly's getting 70%.
Still?
Yeah.
Oh, I love the Cowboys. I love them.
I think they're probably just seeing the Eagles and seeing that they get points.
Exactly.
For sure, yeah.
I am
which is why when Hurts is playing, people are like, "Oh, it's a pick 'em." I love the Eagles. Like they've probably been 80% handle or bets on the Eagles for sure.
I'm bummed I didn't take this when it was up to +6 for Philly, because that could have been a nice little middle there. +6 on Philly money line Dallas, but
yeah.
Go Dallas. I like them.
Go Cowboys. Yep. The Raiders head to Pittsburgh to face the Steelers. Steelers are 2.5-point favorites. Over/under set at 39. The Raiders miraculously won last week, and now they get the points. I hate picking the Raiders. I really don't want to, but I think I am in this game. Zach, which way are you leaning?
I lean the Steelers for a side here. I think the weather is significantly going to favor Pittsburgh. It's supposed to be in the negatives, and I think the Pittsburgh just, they love playing in negative weather, especially with how they play. But I mean, my favorite play here is the under, though. As I said, with the weather, it's going to make them consistently. I mean, it's going to be hard to throw the ball. And the Steelers last week literally did not throw. Like they had a drive of 11 minutes. So if anyone's going to confident over in that, I can't see it. I think both teams just try to run the ball a lot, which is why I like Josh Jacobs over rushing yards here, 87.5. Besides that game last week, the Steelers' defense has been not good stopping the run as of late. Last week, I think, was a little bit of an outlier. So I lean Steelers with my favorite play here being the under.
Yeah, this game's kind of tough for me to get a read on. I probably like Vegas in the over, actually. Don't know if I'll be betting those. Actually, probably my favorite play is Vegas with the 6 points and a 2-team 6-point teaser up to 8.5. It's probably my favorite play. Don't see Pittsburgh blowing them out. But the biggest thing about this game is it's the 50th anniversary of the Immaculate Reception game. And then coincidentally, I don't know if you guys saw this morning, but Franco Harris passed away. So just interesting timing for that to happen there. I don't know if Franco Harris was still involved with Pittsburgh's organization at all, like if he was a face around the facilities or anything like that. If he was, I could see it kind of lighting a fire under him, wanting to get that W for Immaculate Reception 50th anniversary, especially after Franco's death. So kind of worries me off of Las Vegas a little bit. Still think I do like the 8.5 though, because like I said, I just don't think Pittsburgh wins by 9 or more points there. Vegas has been better as of late, yards per play against in the last 3 games. They're actually 6th in yards per play on the road. So kind of like them there. The travel isn't great for them. They've had 4 weeks on the West Coast, and now they have to travel all the way up to Pittsburgh. And then they go back to the West Coast for 2 last home games. So can't confidently give you much in this game. Vegas plus 8.5 tied in to another teaser leg would probably be my only way to look at this. And RIP Franco.
Yeah,
absolutely. Absolutely. Thoughts with them. The Packers head to Miami to face the Dolphins. Dolphins are 4-point favorites at home. Over-under sit at 49.5. The Vegas thinks this is going to be a shootout, Zach. Do you think that your Dolphins blow out the Packers?
I wouldn't say blowout. This is by far the best Christmas game, by the way. These games, the last two suck in terms of what we're watching on Christmas. So I'll be watching the NBA probably for this game. But I love the way the Dolphins played last week, to be honest. I came out of that game very happy with how they played, considering the weather and they can't play in the cold. They looked great to me.
Mm-hmm.
I made me believe in them again after that Chargers game. That scared the hell out of me. But I think they're back. I think they know, especially being at home for the first time in 3 weeks, it'll really help them out a lot. I love the spot for them here. The Dolphins' home defense I've talked about before. They're so much better at home, allowing like 16 points a game compared to 30 on the road or whatever they do. Packers' rush defense is atrocious, and we saw Dolphins last week do that with Mostert. They leaned on him heavily. I think they do it again. I think this total goes under because I think Dolphins are actually going to try to hold the ball and keep it out of Rodgers' hands and ride on Mostert. And I total's too high, and I like the Dolphins here. Go Fins.
I actually like Green Bay quite a bit in this game.
Thank God. Good.
Liked what I saw to Green Bay Monday night. I know they're playing the Rams, but that offense looks good. Rodgers actually looked like he was having fun for the first time this season.
Yeah.
I will go ahead and say this. I'm probably going to jinx myself here, but in my sports gambling career, I seem to have the best read on the Packers for whatever reason. I don't know why, but that's just the team that I feel like I know when to play on, know when to fade. Yeah, that being said, probably it doesn't hit this week, but yeah, I don't like the spot for Miami. 3 straight road games, all losses. Now come back home, but then they have to bounce back, go on the road to New England next week, back-to-back road divisional games for them. So I don't love that. They do need a win. I think, Zach, did they clinch the playoffs with a win? Is that where they're sitting at right now?
I think it more so matters because they play the Patriots and the Jets. Those games matter more than this one. So I'll give you that in terms of, but if they win, it definitely helps because they'd have 9 wins compared to whatever the Jets and the Patriots do. So,
right. Yeah, I mean, I like Green Bay. I just think Green Bay is still motivated. They still have an outside shot making the playoffs. I just think Rodgers looked good. I think he looked like he was having fun out there. I kind of almost think the Packers are back. I'm glad it's this late in the year because they're not probably going to make the playoffs, but I look for Green Bay to get the outright win here. I'll take them +4. Actually, I already took them +6 earlier in the week, and I actually lean over 49.5. I just think Tyreek could quick strike them. I think Packers should be able to score when they get the ball quite a bit. And then, yeah, it's so tough for me to look at an under in a Dolphins game with how quick Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill can score. And Mostert I think Mostert's like the fastest running back in the league.
Pretty sure he won. I think he won the 40s. He did something in college in track and field and stuff. I think he ran a 4.3 40. He's insane too.
If they find open space, I mean, they're scoring all 3 of them.
I mean, that Dolphins-Bills game was one of the games of the year. And John, just to watch with the snow coming down at the end, that game was awesome.
Yeah, it was cool.
Mm-hmm.
And I also will back Zach's statement. By far the best Christmas game. This is my favorite game of the week. I can't wait to watch it.
Yeah, it's going to be a great game.
Yeah, it is. I lean the over also, and I love your Dolphins this week, Zach.
Yep, thank you. Thank God. I'm not going to bet with Ethan here on the Dolphins just because if they lose, I'm going to be double depressed. So,
yeah.
And if I have to come on here and do something stupid, and I also have to drown in tears that they lost another game, I'm going to be very pissed. So I'm going to stay away.
Let's go to the best Christmas game on the slate. Broncos at Rams. Broncos are 2.5-point favorites. Over under set at 36.5. Holy point total. The Broncos and Rams offenses are the 32nd and 31st ranked. The worst offenses in the league with pretty good defenses. So the total should probably be 10 points.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the Nickelodeon game?
This is it.
This is it.
This is the game.
This is Russell
Broncos
Wilson's
country.
Super Bowl.
It is. It is. It's time. Take the Broncos, and I'm like 1,000% convinced. Ethan,
Go ahead, Ethan.
Well, sounds like Zach kind of likes this game. I don't at all. This would almost sway me to go watch some Christmas Day NBA, but I'm not going to do that either. So I will be watching this game. I kind of have a feeling Zach might be on Denver, but I just don't see how you can lay points with Denver on the road, so I won't be doing that. I really don't have much in this game. I think Russell Wilson does come kind of motivated to play in this game, but they also have 2 divisional games on deck that I think they could kind of want to, again, just kind of play spoiler. Not that they're going to spoil much, but maybe take Casey out of the 1 seed or what have you. LA is eliminated. They aren't playing for anything. So I don't know. I mean, I have a weird feeling this game goes over, but I would never bet that either. I think the best way to look at it is take the 6 points in the teaser with the Rams, get the home team up to plus 8.5, probably tie that back in with Vegas, get both of them plus 8.5, and feel pretty good about that one.
Yeah, so remember when I said to never bet? I think I said it 2 weeks ago to never bet a Rams game. I lied really hard. I like the Rams. I like the Rams a lot here.
Oh,
I'm so glad you don't like the Broncos.
It's hard to fade Russell Wilson on a Nickelodeon game because he's definitely been prepping for it all year.
MVP.
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna win it even if he doesn't play. I don't even know if he's gonna play. He's still gonna win it. So I mean, he's probably been rigging the vote at this point. He wants this trophy. I thought the Rams didn't look terrible Monday, to be honest. Like they play hard. I'll give them that for McVay. They do play hard. And the Rams defense plays much better at home. They almost like 50 yards less given up at home per game. I don't know. I like Baker. I like the story they're doing at home, specifically. I think, LA on Christmas. Maybe they try to rig it a little bit. Give me the Rams plus 2.5 and obviously the under. So,
with them being the bottom 2 offenses and the Broncos having a top 10 defense, and I think Rams are around like 15, 16. You guys are both going Rams. I can't sway you guys onto the Broncos side.
Not laying points on the road for me.
I like the Rams. Well, I don't know. Is Russell Wilson going to play? I'm not even sure if he's going to play yet. Whether he does or not, I still like the Rams.
I gotta assume he does, but
I mean, he probably sat out last week to play this game, so
yeah,
he wants his Nickelodeon trophy.
Yeah. Are you guys as sketched out as I am that this total? I mean, given it's 36.5, but that feels high for this game.
It does.
Yeah,
very high.
Because there's some totals where I'm like, because I mean, Texans Titans is 37.
Right.
There's some total like Bears Bills is 41. I think this total is a little too high as well, which makes me think that the Rams might score a little bit. So,
right.
Or one of these teams, and I hope it's the Rams.
Yeah. I mean, I guess Rippon put up 24 last week, which I think is more than Wilson's put up all year. So, if Rippon plays, maybe look towards the over. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The Buccaneers face the Cardinals. Cardinals are 6.5 point favorites. 6.5 point underdogs at home. Over under sit at 41. The Cardinals have been so bad at home, and they're going to lose again. Zach, do they even cover the 6.5?
I mean, I think they just announced that Trace McSorley is the starter for this game. Cole McCoy's out. Mm-hmm. This is just a terrible game. Talking about a game I'm not watching to make my Christmas worse is this game. I have no idea how to cap it. Bucks win this game. I'm not sure by how much. Cardinals suck at home. Bucks suck in general. I definitely like the under here. It's probably, McSorley versus the Bucks defense, and then Bucks offense in general is just bad. Mm-hmm. So I won't be betting anything in this game, but my favorite play is probably the under. But just don't even watch this game, guys. It's bad.
Yeah, I will be watching this game just because I love standalone holiday football, but I don't have much more to add. Under for sure. Tampa is probably my lean. If you want to do the teaser route or just take their money line with, say, I don't know, San Fran or Kansas City or someone other money line, you could get probably close to plus odds there. Definitely ways to look at betting this game, but I don't feel confident taking the minus 6.5 at all. So yeah, under 41 would be my best bet in this game.
I like the Bucks. I don't like them a lot, but I feel pretty good with them this week. It's just the Cardinals have been so bad, man, and the Buccaneers, the defense might score their points.
Yeah, I'd probably lean Arizona more if they're on the road.
The line's probably going to keep moving the Buccaneers too, because McSorley is going to be the starter. So
yeah,
Bucks definitely win. That's what I have to say about the game.
Yeah.
and I have them to win that division, so that's good enough for me.
Do either of you guys have it pulled up what the money line is for that game?
I'm looking right now.
Probably can't be too anything. I mean,
Tampa is now a 7.5-point favorite, minus 330 money line.
it's a lot of juice.
Yeah, it is. Dang.
You could, as Ethan said, you could pair it with something else if you're the square
Yeah.
and you want to just do ML bet. I mean, it's probably should hit realistically, but who knows?
If you take Tampa, Kansas City, that's going to get you minus 175.
You probably need to do like a
maybe
-7.
San Fran, minus 140.
Yeah, even like
You can
maybe you
find
can buy it
ways.
down to $6.50 and then win by a touchdown. I don't know.
Yeah. Do it with an NBA game that night or something.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, the Monday night game. The Chargers head to Indianapolis to face the Colts. Colts are 4-point underdogs at home. Over-under sit at 46.5. The Chargers looked great against Miami. Colts looked great against the Vikings up until the very end. I personally lean the Chargers in this game. Zach, what do you think?
Yeah, so I don't think I saw, but Nick Foles is a starter now
Yeah.
officially.
Yeah.
This line seems awfully short for a team that just lost a 33-point lead at halftime. I like the Colts here, actually, believe it or not. I lean the +4. I think maybe Foles provides a somewhat spark at this team. I don't know. This game is not good either for a primetime game as well, but I will give me the Colts +4. I don't know what to make the total, probably under, but I'll take Colts +4 here. I'll probably actually bet it.
I like the Colts quite a bit in this game. This is going back to kind of that theory I talked about earlier. Who the hell is going to want to be on the Colts after that second half against the Vikings? Me, I want to be on the Colts for sure. Short line. I don't know. Packers and Colts, for whatever reason, I kind of like betting on. I've been all over Indy when they're not good, and they just kind of cover weird spreads like this often. Think they can do it again. LA has to travel to Indianapolis cross country, kind of same thing with the Raiders. They've been just sitting out west for like 4 weeks in a row. Now they have to travel all the way to Indy and then go back west. So kind of a weird spot for them. I just think Indy, they probably cannot wait to get another game under their belt. It's kind of like me when I went 0-3 in the Big Three. I was like ready to film that night after I went 0-3. That's probably how Indy's feel. And they're like, we just want to play now. So I like Indy quite a bit. I think last week, I don't have it written down, but I think I said they had the 8th best rushing defense and maybe 3rd best pass defense. So I think they can kind of shut the Chargers down a little bit. The Chargers are just not clicking offensively either. For whatever reason, that offense can't put up a bunch of points like they should be able to. And then lastly, the Chargers are going to be so publicly bet this week. It's insane. So I like Indy quite a bit. Also, I like the under. I think there's value there, again, because Indy had 33 first half points, gave up 39 second half points. Everyone saw 75 points in that game. I think there's value on the under because Colts are not scoring 30 points again.
Ethan, did you want to do a shot on this game?
100%. I like this game.
Okay.
Do you want to do a shot? You want to switch it up?
I picked
Zach,
last time.
you want to take it?
No, I don't want to be in this game. I don't know this at all.
Okay.
You got me fucked up.
We'll have to do hot sauce. We can do let's do, I don't know. We had the lemon. What else did we have?
You put a pizza on it. You could
Yeah.
put that I think, what did he say? The scraggly beard on your face on it that we'll get to later.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm ready for that. It's getting real cold up in here.
You know what? Here, I'll intervene. I think it should be a pizza. Get a nice holiday gift for one of you guys.
I like that.
All right.
Get a nice little present for you guys, and you guys could eat it on here and have a little fun and mock them.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
All right. I
actually think Ethan's gonna win this.
I like this one. It is Indy +5 now. I'll take the 4 if that's what you want to do. I'll split the difference with you. What are you looking at for that?
Let's split the difference. That'll be fair. 4.5.
Okay.
Nice. Another bet for you two. I love it.
Okay. Yeah, I like it.
I don't know, man. I feel weird that you guys are on the same page and I'm on an island here. Because I feel pretty good about the Chargers, but
Hey, you're
it
the one
was
that's
the
leading big
roles
three,
reversed.
so
Yeah,
yeah, you're the one that's leading big three. I mean, you know more than us at this point. Just
Right.
take whatever you want.
yeah.
Hey, I kind of hope you're right because I need Eckler. Well, maybe. I have Eckler on my fantasy team, and so I might need him on Monday night here.
Gotcha.
But
You know what? Let's bump it up. If you win, you buy me a pizza. No. If I win, you buy me a pizza. If you win, I buy you and Zach a pizza.
Oh,
welcome
I mean,
to the bet,
I'm in for
Zach.
free. I mean, I'm obviously in on that. I'm in for free. I don't have to do shit.
We'll do that.
Yeah, maybe I'll
confidence.
buy Ben like a little nice some breadsticks, a little side dish for him.
All right, cool. So if Ben wins, Zach buys you pizza, and if you win, you get both of us pizzas. Perfect.
No, because you're us as well.
All right,
Good
I'll
try,
get
though.
the pizza for Ben.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, talking about the big three, let's get into it.
Well, squad ride first, probably.
You want to do the squad ride? Okay, we can do squad ride.
Yeah.
I think the two we were talking about were Seahawks and Browns, right?
Yeah, I'm in on the Browns if you guys are. I like the Browns quite a bit. I mean, we could do ML probably like minus 140, or we could do 2.5. I favor either side. So
Yeah.
I would rather not go against the Chiefs. I feel like they have a much better
That's true.
chance of ruining it than the Saints
For
do.
sure.
Yeah.
then Andy Dalton. Yeah.
Let's I would say take the points too, the minus 2.5.
I'm cool with
Okay,
that.
I'm down. Sounds good to me. But
That's easy.
Browns.
Easy this
I'm
week.
definitely more confident than last week. Last week I was
Yeah.
I like the Panthers, but this I like a lot more.
Yeah. Last week was a weird slate. The
This
games
one's
even turned
weird,
out
too,
weird.
To be honest. Yeah,
So-
this slate's weird too.
We're betting on a running team again, but the difference is we're actually betting on good running backs this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt instead of Chuba Hubbard and
Deontay
whatever
Foreman.
Blackshear, whoever that third guy
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Foreman, for the 0.9 points you got me on fantasy too. Really appreciate that.
Boo.
I mean, they cannot run the ball, so at least that game they couldn't.
Okay. Now let's do the big three.
Yep.
Let's see. We all went 2-1, so there's nobody really to start with. Zach, we let Ethan go first last week. How about you go first this week?
Yeah, I'll go with Bills Bears over 41, Seahawks plus 9.5, Rams plus 2.5.
Okay.
So it's honestly probably my grossest big three. Probably maybe my least confident big three, just because it's the Rams and the Seahawks in it. But Bills Bears, I talked about the over. I just think both quarterbacks run around and have a field day against these defenses. Seahawks plus 9.5, way too many points for a Chiefs team that doesn't blow anybody out. I think Seahawks hang around. And the Rams, I think they went outright, but I'll take the plus 2.5. So
Alrighty, I like those. I agree on all of them actually. For my big three, I'm gonna go Green Bay plus the 4. I'm going to go teaser once again. Hope I can get there. Rams plus 8.5. Vegas plus 8.5. And then my last one,
I like that.
I'm going to double down because I don't feel I didn't have a third one, but I'm just gonna double down on Indianapolis. For the big three, I'm gonna give them out plus 5. That is what they're sitting at right now, time of recording. Green Bay, like I said, I think they can win this game outright. Rodgers looks like he's kind of back. That offense is looking pretty good. Tough spot for Miami. Rams and Raiders teaser. I just don't see Pittsburgh or Denver getting separation over either of those teams. And then Indy, we just touched on. So
Great.
let's go 3-0, I hope.
I hope you don't, because hopefully Dolphins win.
True. 2-1.
There you go. I have Seahawks plus 9.5 also. Love the Seahawks this week. Baltimore, Atlanta under, and Broncos, Rams under. Broncos under has been hitting so much this year outside of that Chiefs game that we just had. And the two lowest scoring offenses with the 36.5 point line, it's weird. I'm going with the under there. Baltimore, Atlanta. Baltimore's offense can't do anything. Ritter looked bad last week. So that under,
Yep.
What is that set at also? Browns or Ravens? 37.5.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going under there too. I like our big three this week.
I hate Ethan's first one. Packers
Hey,
plus 4.
I can cover. You get the outright.
Yeah.
I would like it to not be my winter sweat on my Christmas morning, preferably. I don't want to go take a shower after.
If we go 8-1 though, we're feeling really good.
Oh yeah, I mean, last week was a great week for us. I mean, that's
I felt good.
winning. Yeah, 2-1 each. I should have went 3-0 if the Commanders would have done their job. Whatever.
You also should have gone 0-3, depending on how you look
I
at
was
that.
never worried about the Raiders. Never worried. Doesn't matter how big the deficit is. Never worried. I should have live bet them
Cowboys.
all. Should have
True.
live bet them all.
Yeah.
Some guy live bet all the wrong way.
Oh, I
I
sent you
saw
guys
that.
that. This guy would throw like 90 grand on the Cowboys when they were up and to
50
win
grand on the
10K.
Colts and
Yeah, just
That
Whatever,
makes
man.
no sense.
don't bet
Yeah.
make sure there's value in what you guys are betting.
oh
Please.
my gosh.
Let's go to the prop parlay. Zach, can you remind me, why did that not hit last week?
Yeah, I think Ethan, I believe, blew
Oh,
it twice.
Ethan, it was Ethan's. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
What did Ethan?
He's looking
Ethan,
around.
what was it last week? What was your prop?
Matt Ryan over 33.5 pass
Okay,
attempt.
it
I'll
hit
give
at
him a little
33,
bit of
yeah.
a break. If it wasn't a 33 at halftime, that definitely hits.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He landed on
for sure.
33.
Yeah. That's rough.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that was
Which-
a very good prop parlay that we had, to be honest.
Like we've said in this show, we do this Wednesday before a lot of the props come out. So there's a good chance that was 32.5 somewhere.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hope you got it, but
All right, I guess I'll go first with mine. Josh Jacobs over rushing yards. I think it's 87.5 right now. Bet at whatever it's at on Sunday. I like it. I think they really can try to control the clock in this game. So give me Josh Jacobs over.
I like that a lot. I'm going to stick with the running back. I'm going Derrick Henry anytime touchdown. It's probably going to be juicy as hell. But last 4 games against Houston, he averages 30 carries, 223 rushing yards, 7.6 yards per carry, and 2.25 touchdowns per game. If it ain't
I'm
broke,
facing him
don't
in
fix it.
fantasy, dude. I'm facing him in fantasy, so I'm gonna get murdered by him.
Yeah. His
He's
lowest
gonna
total,
slaughter me.
his totals in those games, 211, 212, 250, 219.
Oh my god.
I think his over-under set at
That's insane.
105.5. It seems so easy. Like, he probably gets there, but you have to think Texans are probably going to game plan hard for him. So I do like the touchdown more than I like the yardage.
The Texans game planning for anything, I don't care. Honestly, he's gonna slaughter. So,
Him scoring is honestly probably going to be like minus 180, minus 200. So,
hey,
yeah,
but I
if
mean,
you-
hey,
if you're not
but it's a
comfortable with
parlay.
that,
It's a
yeah.
parlay.
yeah,
You're not. I don't straight. If anything, straight bet 2+ touchdowns.
right.
Want to do anything?
Well, we're making it a running back parlay then, because I'm going with another first half total. We're doing McCaffrey over 35.5 first half rushing yards
Love
against
it.
Washington. I feel good about that. These
Love
I
it
feel
a
good
lot.
about all of these.
Yeah, I mean, if he doesn't win this week, he's banned because that's gonna be by far the biggest juice of them all. If you don't win
I
this week,
picked-
you're banned.
Yeah,
I picked a bet that I cannot get blamed for if this loses. I mean, anyone in
Yeah.
their right mind is looking at Henry to score a touchdown this week.
That's true.
if Henry doesn't score, then the Titans aren't scoring this week.
Then I might be
Yeah.
the prop curse. I don't bet player props. The only player prop I bet this entire year was Henry to score a touchdown when he fumbled that 75-yard screen that Traylon Burks scored. So maybe I am the curse. I don't know.
You are so, yeah, you're so cursed this year, man.
Maybe.
It sucks.
So before we get into our draft with Zach, we wanted to say a little holiday thing for you guys. Check on all your friends. The holiday seasons can be tough for some people. So maybe someone's lost someone or is missing someone or drafted Jonathan Taylor first overall in their fantasy football league. Check on everybody out there. But we did want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas to everybody that's out there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
Merry Christmas, y'all. Thanks for watching, for real.
Yep.
Yeah.
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 Thanks for listening, subscribing, liking, watching, anything. So Merry Christmas.
this
Thanks
is-
a lot.
Yeah, this is a lot of fun. So thanks, guys.
Yeah, we appreciate you all at watching the show and participating in everything that we put out there. So, Zach, let's go to you. What are we going over this week?
Yeah, we're gonna keep it in a Christmas theme. It's gonna be just whatever the worst gifts to just receive. You could do it as any like worst gifts to give unexpectedly or receive, kind of whatever you want. Just worst gifts in general, basically, to give somebody or receive whatever you want to do. So I believe it is Ethan, me, Ben is the order.
Yep. And just 3 each this week.
Yeah, 3 each.
Okay. Then without further ado, I will start here. First pick. Love my first pick. Lottery tickets. Okay.
Nice.
And lottery tickets is the answer because you either give somebody nothing or you give somebody
Something that you bought.
$50,000, and then you're just like, well, shit, I should have held on to that one for myself. So it's a lose-lose situation. Majority of the time, you're literally like, hey, buddy, have this, nothing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
that's
a good one.
It's even worse if you give them $50K. So lottery tickets has to be the first pick.
I would hope if they won, they'd give you something, though. If you won 50 grand, I think they'd give you. I mean, unless this guy or girl is just a dick. I don't know.
You'd hope.
Okay, I like that. That's a good first pick. I'm gonna do my pick is just gonna be, I guess, a gym membership. Anything to do with exercise is mine. Gym membership. If you're giving that to someone, it's kind of like a fuck you. Like, yeah, you need to start going to the gym, buddy. Like anything like that. There's anything to do with exercise. I just would caution against that because it's like, oh, like someone opens that gift, like, oh, damn, it's like that. They're gonna remember that forever.
Right.
So that's my pick.
That's a good one. I'm really happy I get my 1 and 2. Your guys's were awesome, but the number one for me is hand-me-downs. A hand-me-down gift. It's like I got a new coffee maker last week, so I'm gonna repackage it and give you my old one.
Yeah.
Yep. That's a great pick.
Clothes, anything.
That was on my list.
It was
great.
perfect.
That was on mine as well. It's a great pick.
The second one, I don't know if you guys thought about it, but it's bootleg merchandise. So you open it up and you're like, oh my God, I got a new jersey and it's the Miami Delphones.
That's a good one.
Like, I can't wear this out anymore.
So basically, like if you buy someone Supreme, but it's $25 off a China website.
Yeah.
That's like, okay,
yeah.
That's very.
And it says Supreme.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
The bad ones.
Yes.
Instead of Alex Anzalone, it says Anal Zone.
Yeah.
I cannot take credit for that. Some guy actually made a shirt that says Anal Zone on the back and wore it to the Lions game. It's hilarious.
So I'm up now. I'm gonna go with pets as my second
That's
pick.
a great one.
That was gonna be mine.
I just think it's kind of dangerous for the animal because you like if you're giving it to somebody, it's like, oh fuck, do they actually want the thing? And then who knows if they actually like the animal? Like if they return that animal to whatever you found it, that's like a fuck you, you know.
Yeah.
And if you, I mean, no one had like that's just don't do that. Just don't give them a dog or a cat. It's just like unless you know they want a cat or like a specific cat or dog that you went to a store with and they pointed out specifically, you do not give a pet. Yep. That's all I have to say. Because I've actually seen people get pets and then they return it because they don't like it or they didn't want one.
Right.
So that's just bad.
Yep. No, that's great. That was going to be my next pick. So
good.
That's great. Okay, I'm going to go. I mean, it's somewhat similar to my last one, but I'm going to say gift card. It's just such a cop out. It's just you're driving to Christmas. You're like, shit, I forgot to get Chris something. Like, oh, quick, run into the store quick. We'll just give him a $50 gift card, Visa, and give it to him. So
it's a white flag too. It's like, you know what? I couldn't think of anything. I give up.
Yeah, exactly. And like everyone does it. Like, yeah, sometimes, I mean, people enjoy them, but it's just kind of you didn't think about it. You just, I got to buy someone something. Here's a gift card.
Yep.
So that'll be my second pick. And then my third, it's kind of just like DVDs and like video games at this point, since most of the times you can just stream them and download them on the console now. But I'll go even more in depth. I'll say outdated movies and DVDs or movies and games. So like if you got Madden 17 or something, or like
shit gift.
You ask for like the new Avatar movie and you get the first one, or something like that. Just like, oh great, thanks. Already have it, seen it 1,000 times.
They get you a game on the wrong console. They get you like PS4. Do you have an Xbox?
You're playing Madden with like, I don't know, Calvin Johnson still.
Yeah.
Cleo Lemon for the Dolphins.
Yeah, there you go.
So my last pick is going to be socks. Just in general, just like socks. Not that socks are bad. Socks are cool. But I feel like when you give someone socks, it's just like one, I didn't know it's get you, so I went to Walmart and got you a pair of like these fuzzy socks that are like really cool. Or it's there's nothing to get for you because you'd like and nothing at all, so I'm just get you socks.
Yep.
So that's mine.
That's a great one.
I like it.
That's a great one. I have two. I'll do one as an honorable mention, but I'm going to say, and this is actually what we got this year for Christmas for ourselves, me and my wife, is we got a vacuum. But if you're getting
that was on my list.
any cleaning stuff and you give it to your girlfriend or wife, like, be careful. If that's all you're getting, any self-serving thing like that.
No, it's the same thing as like a gym membership. You're doing that to someone, they're like, oh, I have to start cleaning? That's asshole. Like, something like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's funny. I actually do have a vacuum on my list this year, though.
They're good. They're good, but if you're giving them, that's dangerous.
No, if you ask for it, it's cool. I said these are all just like unasked for gifts. Like, they have no idea what they're getting, and then you just give them this.
Yeah. The one I was thinking about is a donation to a cause that you don't support.
Yep.
So a big, like, some foundations, just to shout out real quick, that I really like myself personally, is a Little Bit Foundation, and they're helping kids in the St. Louis area with school supplies, all that type of stuff. So that is the foundation near and dear to my heart. But especially right now, between now and Christmas, every subscriber and like that we get on our on our YouTube page is we're donating $1 to St. Jude. They actually gave us a little shout out on Facebook, which was pretty nice to see. So this holiday season, it's a great thing to do. Consider asking people that you're getting presents for what foundations that they like, and it's kind of a nice little thing.
That's good. That was a nice segue there, Ben. That was great out of you.
It was.
Nice
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
That was a great draft. We did not have one bad pick there. So
no, that one was
a
fun.
Fun one too. A little holiday theme.
Yeah.
Good pick there, Zach.
A little Christmassy.
Yep.
Thank you.
So yeah, don't be that guy this year, everybody. Don't be giving out
I'm telling you, especially
socks
the gym
and
membership
vacuums and lottery tickets.
Don't do that.
We just helped you guys.
Yeah.
You're running out of time. Listen to this podcast and go to the store now.
Yes.
You still have time to return it.
Yes. I mean, if you're waiting this long to get someone a gift, I mean, it's TikTok, guys. So.
Right.
Man, it's Christmas time, which means it's fantasy football playoff time. People out there, they're going to have questions. Who do I start? Who do I sit? Let's start with quarterbacks. And I hate picking this man, but I guess the good thing is that he plays on Christmas. He's divorced. He doesn't have to worry about the kids anymore. It's Tom Brady. Go out there, destroy the Cardinals.
Yeah, my starter was going to be Geno Smith. I talked about how I like. Obviously, this is just weather depending for all these players. To be honest, this week, the Chiefs are going to score, so Geno has to throw the ball. Simple as that.
Love it.
Yeah, and mine's going to be Aaron Rodgers. I guess maybe
great pick.
Ben and I think Father Time's going to make an appearance on Christmas and turn back the clock here. But going against Miami, who allows the second most points to opposing quarterbacks. I just think it's high scoring, back and forth. I think Rodgers looked pretty good Monday. I think it continues.
Yeah, absolutely. But not everybody can get a present underneath their tree. Some people get coal in their stockings, and you don't want to be the person holding the bag of the fantasy championship that fumbles it. So there has to be some sits. And the sit for me is Derek Carr. You guys, I think, like the Patriots. No. They played the Patriots last week. Who do they play this week?
The Steelers.
The Steelers. You guys like the Steelers. I think the Raiders win, but I think it's going to be a super, super run-heavy game.
Yep, I totally agree. I have sit Trevor Lawrence is mine. Face a tough Jets defense. They're top 10 against quarterbacks. There's also a Thursday night football narrative. They're just never any points on Thursday night football, so it kind of scares me to play someone on Thursday night. The person I'm playing in fantasy had Jalen Hurts, and they picked up Trevor Lawrence, so I'm very happy about that.
Yeah, I'm going to go with I'm in the fantasy football championship in my league, and this is my quarterback. It's Dak Prescott. I'm benching him this week. I'm playing Philly, 30th team for points allowed to opposing quarterbacks. Or I guess quarterbacks score the 30th most points against Philly. Dak has 7 picks his last 4 games. Philly allows the least amount of passing yards in the league, and they intercept the most passes in the league. So just a really terrible spot for Dak. Wouldn't play him if you have anybody else.
Who are you starting instead?
I was about to ask.
Kirk O'Chains, baby.
Yeah.
So am I.
Let's
with
go.
Justin Jefferson. So
Same
a
here.
couple tutties there, and that could lock it up for us.
It's great.
Yep.
Running backs. We are starting J.K. Dobbins this week. I hope you guys are starting the last 2 weeks. Last two games, he's scored over 10 points, double-digit points, and it's not going to stop this week.
Yeah, I have kind of a sleeper one. Raheem Mostert, especially if Jeff Wilson does not play. They ran the ball a lot last week, weather obviously, but Green Bay cannot stop the run, and I think the Dolphins do the same thing that they did last week and feed Mostert a lot. So
I like both those guys. I actually have 3 leagues, and I'm starting both Dobbins and Mostert in one of those 3. And then this guy I'm starting as well, Jerick McKinnon for the Chiefs. He's gotten 10-plus touches each of the last 3 games. I think he caught 8 catches of 8 targets last week, so caught every ball thrown his way. He's scoring touchdowns left and right, passing, and I believe rushing as well. He might have had one
to end the game.
And
last
week. I think last week he had, like I said, the 8 catches, and then I think he had 13 or 15 rush attempts. So I mean, he's getting plenty of volume. So yeah, I like McKinnon. He's playing Seattle as well, 2nd most points given up to opposing running back. So absolutely love McKinnon this week.
Great pick. Brian Robinson going against the 49ers front 4 is going to get demolished. He's not a speed guy. He is a power back, and if you can't get away from this defensive line, you're not getting many points.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
Brian Robinson was my start on last week, and he did good, and I agree with you. Sit him this week as well. I'm going to go with James Conner. They're facing Tampa, 6th best against running backs. They kept Mixon heavily in check. And with McSorley at quarterback, they're going to put 8-man boxes in front of him, make sure they don't run the ball. So don't start James Conner, please.
Love that too. Mine's going to be Joe Mixon for the Bengals. Pretty well documented. The Bengals just can't run really at all this year. Now they're playing New England, who they give up the 31st most points against opposing running backs. So, I don't think Mixon has much success on the ground at all. And P. Ryan's kind of worked his way into that offense as well, taking receiving touches away from him.
Yeah. So I actually have Mixon, and I have David Montgomery also, but they're bringing Khalil Herbert up. So I think I have 2 sit-ems on my team because Montgomery with Herbert was not good, so I have to decide what to do there.
Yeah,
that's a tough one.
I would trust Montgomery more in a weather-dependent game than I would Herbert, but
yeah, I think the same thing. The wide receiver start of the week, which all of us had this receiver just snap into our heads right away. You saw Jerry Jeudy get 3 touchdowns. You saw Mike Williams just absolutely destroy them. The Chiefs cannot guard big receivers, and that's exactly what DK Metcalf is, and that's exactly what he's going to do.
Yeah, so notice, guys, when we do this, we make sure that we don't have the same ones just because we like to name different guys. We all named DK Metcalf.
Yeah.
We all have DK Metcalf as our number 1. So definitely must start this week for him. And I'm playing against him in fantasy and Derrick Henry, so I'm not looking forward to this. My son was going to be Garrett Wilson. I was on his prop last week. If this guy catches the ball, it is very far. He catches it. He'll get his yards, and the Jags defense is a little suspect, so give me Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, and I'm going to be on DJ Moore for the Panthers. Playing Detroit, gives up the 2nd most points to opposing receivers. And I just think if Sam Darnold's throwing the ball, I think DJ Moore is kind of the guy that he's going to go to. And DJ Moore's kind of torn up the Lions a few games in the past. So I think he could get some targets, get some volume, and probably get in the end zone as well.
Mm-hmm. The receivers you do not want to play this week, if you guys saw how the Lions receivers fared against the Jets, unless your name was Amon-Ra St. Brown, you didn't really do too well at all. So we are sitting Zay Jones. He's had a great last 2 games. He is going to get bottled up this game. And Zach, I know you're right there with me.
Yep, Christian Kirk is mine.
Yep.
Another Jags receiver, Sauce Gardner, whoever he's on. I'm not sure what it's going to be. He's going to get locked up.
Yep.
And they're not going to, I mean, if they're smart, they're not going to throw the ball to him. So I think the Jags have a tough time scoring. So Kirk, and I agree with, I have Zay Jones also, and I'm not starting him. So,
yep.
This one kind of hurts for me because I have him in 2 leagues and I don't have anyone else to put in over him. So I will be starting him, but it's Jalen Waddle. He's just so boomer bust. He had 3 targets last week, caught all 3 of them for over 100 yards and a touchdown, but he had that 67-yard touchdown or whatever. Tua just loves throwing to Tyreek. Can't really blame him, but Jalen's just not getting the volume that I would like for a playoff game or championship game. So if you have someone else that's getting 8 to 10 targets, I would definitely start them over Waddle. boom or bust for sure for Waddle.
Definitely. And tight ends, we are starting Evan Ingram this week. He's had a great last 2 weeks, and it's not because he's had a great last 2 weeks. It's because of the concern for the wide receivers. They've got to throw the ball somewhere. They can attack over the middle. They don't want to go on the outside, so we're going with Evan Ingram this week.
God damn. I'm facing Evan Ingram, Derrick Henry, and DK Metcalf this week.
Oh, no. Rest in
This is
peace.
bad.
I'm against Ingram.
My
too.
stardom's Gerald Everett. Tight ends are tough. He gets targets. That's all I can really say about him. He gets targets, so that's all I can ask out of tight end.
I like that. I like your read on Ingram as well, Ben.
That Ingram surgical out of you, Ben. I like
Yeah,
that.
it is.
I hate it, actually.
Thank
I hate
you,
it
boys.
because I'm playing against him.
I do too. I'm going to take Darren Waller. Typically, this is kind of a cop-out, but this is his second game back off of injury. He only got targeted 3 times last game, but he did find the end zone. So I think his targets go up this week. I wouldn't be shocked if he finds the end zone again. And really, if you get a tight end that finds the end zone or gets like 5 catches, you're ahead of the market. So that's all you really need.
Can I ask you guys? I've got Evan Ingram and I got Mark Andrews. And Andrews has been so bad. Do I do it? Do I have to sit Andrews? I feel like I kind of do.
In, I'd play Andrews. That's a
Yeah,
safety
if Lamar
blanket.
plays, I'll play Andrews. Yeah.
If he doesn't, do Ingram.
Probably.
Yep.
Oh,
Okay.
but dude, you might not even know because Ingram plays tomorrow.
I know. It's rough.
I would do
dude.
Andrews. I think the line in Vegas is telling us Lamar plays, and I think with his knee banged up, he won't be as mobile. We'll probably draw up some Andrews plays.
Okay. I might do that then. Okay, tight end sits. My tight end sit this week was my start last week. That's Dalton Schultz. He didn't look great last week. That was a miss for me. And now he gets to go up against the first-ranked defense against the pass. Sit. I'm not starting Schultz in any of my lineups this week.
Like it.
Yeah, my sit-em is Cole Kmet. Bills 5th best against tight ends. I see the Bears struggling to throw the ball in this weather, so Cole Kmet's it.
Love both of those quite a bit. Mine's going to be kind of a boomer bust angle against Dawson Knox. I think he's found the end zone each of the last 2 weeks, but they just don't use him in the offense like they did last year. So if he doesn't find the end zone, he only gets 2, 3, 4 targets a game. So don't love his production.
Yeah, absolutely. Guys, every Wednesday we post on Twitter and Facebook asking you guys to ask us a question to feature on the show. If you guys want to get your name on the show, put it to us. Our first one is from C. Finkhouse, and he sent us 3 this week. So thank you, C. Finkhouse, for the questions. His first one was, Zach, he wants us to demote Ethan or switch his big 3 picks for the better of the people.
Yeah, I honestly couldn't agree more with him. Unfortunately, we can't do that because he's part of the show. So trust me, if there was a replacement, we'd have been off the show by now.
Is this a question or a statement from the C. Finkhouse?
Really, it was almost more of a statement. Ethan, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, he can start giving out his picks too. We'll see.
Well, that's not the only thing he thinks. He has one directed exactly at you, Ethan. He says, when will you shave the scraggly beard on your face?
Hey, like I said, it's getting cold up here, man. It's like 15 degrees right now. It's only getting colder. Yeah, I mean, probably not soon. I guess if he wants to come on, give out a big 3. If he goes undefeated, maybe I'll shave it for him. But I will say I did see that tweet. I think it wrapped up there with #FadeEthan. And if you did that in the NFL this year, you would be 38, 53, and 2. Which is 41%.
Well, the numbers on them.
So, yeah. If you do want to fade, have fun with that.
Put his fucking nuts on the table right
He
there.
did. He's flexing a little bit.
Yeah.
Been a good
I
year.
liked it. Yeah.
Besides for the podcast for you.
Yeah.
We're running prop parlays, last and big 3.
Yep. Hey, 59%. I'll take that all day long.
We have one more question. This is for everybody on the podcast. And this is from, who is this from? This was on Facebook, Ethan. Do you remember?
Yep. Aaron Bainbridge.
Aaron. That's right. Aaron Bainbridge. He wants to know, will the Lions make the playoffs? I'll be quick. Yes. Zach?
Yes, I do believe they make the playoffs as well. I think the Commanders or Giants are probably want to keep losing. The Seahawks are too, so.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm nervous to say yes, but yes, I do think they do make the playoffs.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
That'd be awesome.
The Lion vibes are back, baby.
All I'm saying is that the Lions play the Vikings, probably in the playoffs, the Lions are winning.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The Vikings do not want to see
They don't want to see Jared
or
Goff.
Detroit at all.
No,
Did you
they
see
don't want to see Jared Goff.
the Lions' point differential is better than the Vikings now?
I'm not surprised. Lions are better
surpassed
team,
them.
in my opinion.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it.
Okay, guys. Parting thoughts.
I think the prop parlay is actually going to hit because Ethan picked a minus whatever. So I think the prop parlay is going to hit. So good for us.
Yeah. I feel good. We're not really fading ourselves or fading each other in the big three this week. So we do have a chance to go 9-0 there. Would be awesome. Nice little Christmas gift. Other than that, yeah, thanks again for watching. Hope you guys do well in fantasy, and Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, guys.
Merry Christmas, guys. Hopefully you don't just listen to the podcast. Hopefully you go out there, play some bets, and win some money, because this is for you. This is to help you guys cash out and live the life you want. To continue to cash out, make sure you listen in every week and follow us on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram at Better Green. That's Better, Bettor Green. Listen to our podcast on Spotify, Amazon Music, now Apple Music, Apple Podcasts at Better and Green. And make sure you guys subscribe to us on YouTube to watch highlights from the show. We have extra shows that we post on the YouTube channel. And right now, every subscription and like that we get, $1 is being donated to St. Jude now through Christmas. So Merry Christmas to you all. Ethan?
Do you guys want to take that through the new year?
Let's do it.
Run that promo right through the new year?
Let's do it.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, now through New Year's, $1 for everybody who likes and subscribes. So share this. Let your friends and family know. Get everybody on board so everybody can listen in and cash out.
Yep.
We're making money in 2023, aren't we, boys?
We are.
For sure.
I mean,
there's no NFL in the beginning, so it's tough, but I'll carry us through to what NBA and everything else. I got us. Don't worry.
There you go. All right,
I'll
guys.
get hockey and college basketball going.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Well, you guys subscribe so you cash out all year with us.
Perfect.
All right, guys. That's going to do it for this episode.
Thanks,
I'll
guys.
see you guys in the next one.
Thanks, guys.
Welcome to Better Win Green, eh? To Better Win Green, eh? To Better Win Green, eh? Listen in and cash out. That's what it's all about. Come on, let's make cash now. We always on spot and we cover all spots from the bottom to the top. Hey, shout out to Ethan, shout out to Zed, shout out to Ben. Welcome to our podcast. Better Win Green.